our stitch marker, and now we're going to add in some new color. We've got some white here. I'd like to put in a stripe. Now, it's actually quite a bit easier if you don't add the yarn right at the joint, right where the rows meet together. So what I'm going to do is continue the pattern of double stitches on double stitches and single stitches on single stitches. And I'm just going to go in a few stitches here. Okay, and it's also easiest if you don't start it on a double stitch. So we'll do this double and then add in what we want. Okay, so what you're going to do is just cut your yarn. Okay, so you've got a fairly decent length of yarn going on here, and you've got your secondary color. We're going to use white. Right? So you want to put the two pieces together, and you're just going to tie a single knot. Okay? You want to leave fairly long tails at the end. Makes it easier to stitch in and cover up. If you use tails that are too short, it makes it a little bit tricky. Now, this isn't the only way to add yarn. This is the most simplest way to add yarn. There's lots of other ways. Because this is a beginning tutorial, this is the method we're using. But if you are able to, or you know of a different method, feel free to use it. This is just the easiest for right now. Okay, so you're going to continue with the blue. Okay, so keep stitching it in. Just remember, single stitches and single stitches. Double stitches and double stitches. Okay, and now we've reached a point where we're going to pull through some of the other color. Okay, so what we want to do before that happens is you're going to lay the tails onto the round. Okay, you're going to reach in, pull the knot through, keep the tails nice and flat. You're going to pick up the first loop of your second color. Okay. It's a little tricky to work around the knot. Just kind of wiggle it in so it's not showing too much. And remember, keep the tails lying flat. Okay, and now, just like earlier when we crocheted in the tail from the beginning, we're going to do your new stitching and your new colors on top of the tails. Okay, and when we're done, you're not even going to be able to see them. Okay, so nice and easy right on top. Single stitches and single stitches, double stitches and double stitches. Remember, looking for the V's for doubles and the O's for singles. Just keep going all the way around. And these are a little bit long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this stitch, and then I'm going to trim them. Okay, you don't need to do this. You can keep stitching over top of them, that's fine. But this just makes it easier. Okay, so trim them off and keep going with your new color. Okay, oh, and again, we forgot to move our stitch marker, and that's fine. So take it out, and remember, put it back in to the first stitch that you made on the second row. And you can kind of see, this is the underneath row, and there's a little bit of a step up right here. That indicates the second row. So that's where you're going to put your bobby pin or stitch marker. Okay? So you're going to keep going with your white. And if you want a thicker stripe, you're going to do more rows, and if you want a thinner stripe, you're going to do less. So it's really up to you. Okay, but just continuing the same pattern as before. Single stitch in single stitch, double stitch in double stitch. And remember, always join your rows together with that single stitch that for the single loop that we showed you earlier. Okay, and again, there's that single stitch, and here we go. There's another row. And to complete the white, you're just going to go all the way around and meet it back up there, and that'll give you one single row